Hello and welcome to another episode of Allstar Garage. Now, two things before we start. I know what you're thinking. And firstly, no, I'm not actually Father Christmas. And secondly, it's December, right? So, hence the... No, whatever. Now, with that, what's very important, children of the world that are watching, is that you start to be really good. Like, I know you're a little bit good anyway, but now it's like present time coming up and nice things will be happening. So you just got to make sure you go to bed when you're meant to go to bed, and you get up in the morning when you're meant to get up to school and make your bed. That's really important, actually. That's a good life lesson. But you just listen, you know, to your mum and your dad, or your parent and guardian, or your elder brother and sister if mum and dad are down the pub having some Christmas drinks. But yeah, so December is here, and this is not very warm in the workshop. Me and Rudolph have just been talking, and what we're going to do this week, where are you going, Rudolph? What we're going to do this week is strip out some stuff, because we need to do some stuff. This orange mess, we've just decided it's not this done, because the back's not very good on a Mark 10 anyway, very rusty. Front's pretty much fallen off of it, and it's not very nice to drive, and it's in the way, so away with that. And over in the corner behind Joey's back end is the Astra from Ipswich, which we're going to strip out. We didn't actually film anything last week because I haven't been very well. I've had a bit of a cold again, like for the 512th day this year. So I brought out a video with the footage from the 2 days and put it into one and rolled that out. So there was no workshop stuff to film. But what we're going to do is just get that stripped, get this stripped. I think we've got Speedworth TV coming down on Wednesday this week as well, to film some stuff for their channel. Where are you going, Rudolph? You all right, Joey? Do you want to lift down, mate? Why don't you just sit down? That's fine. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to strip this, we're going to strip that, film some stuff in between. Ow! And hopefully we can bring you some content that you can sit and watch whilst it starts getting cold, and you get ready for Father Christmas to come and empty his sack under your Christmas tree. That sounded better in my head. Anyway, I'm going to make a coffee. Okay, coffee completed. Then I went to start filming, which the majority is done on the phone. However, started filming and I hadn't realised, but it said, oh, your data's full up and busy and prior occupied, because I don't delete anything. So the whole last 9 months of filming bits for Allstar Garage is still backed up on the phone. So I whacked a load of that out. And here we go. Another two things, right, from the two Father Christmas things earlier. Firstly, as previously mentioned, didn't film anything last week because I've got like the Next Level Cold Volume 57 for the 212th time this year, and I feel rough as a dog's back end. And secondly, we went out in London on Saturday, just gone. There was like, I think there was 35 of us in the end from racing up and down the country, and we went out and had a few jars. It's now Monday, and I'm still feeling the after effects of that. It's heavier than it needs to be. And I really can't be bothered, if I'm honest, to be getting involved in all of this, so I don't really know how long we're going to last tonight. All I want to do is go home and cuddle up on my pillow. Haven't looked at this, obviously, since this happened, but what I do know is it's disgusting, and work's been busy, like normal work, like the work that actually pays the bills work. So I've been cracking on with that. I'm trying to get a bit done. What are we doing with this? Okay, so somehow we didn't delete a cam belt, but I'm not really sure how because that's got marks all around it. That's nice. Nearly took the overflow off. That's bent. That's good. No motivation. Water outlet broken and leaking. Exhaust manifold broken. Clutch broken. Cam belt is not quite broken. It's punched a hole in the plastic cover, but it's not deleted. So that's something, I guess. Nice. Well, I suppose I better whack you on a time lapse and get to it then, really, don't I? Oh. Well, that's that. So I'm going to go and go to bed, I think. Didn't really achieve much, apart from mope about with a cold. Side plates are off, boots unbolted, top of the cage is done, sunroof plates off. I've also got a boot full of spares from Dylan Ward and from Mark Freeman. So thank you very much for updating the spares department. Also managed to keep the straight stuff off of this, and to be fair, I didn't bend anything. It cost me a steering arm or a track rod end on that end because I couldn't get the ball joint out, so I just got bored and cut it off. Engine and gearbox is good to go again, although it stinks of clutch. I missed the clutch for some reason at the minute. I've done another one in the Astra, but I think that's the original one that was in that engine 5 meetings ago, so that's done all right. Maybe tomorrow. I've got some stuff on tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow. If not Wednesday, I'll get the water tank out, the seat out, the cage out, the floor plate out, the steering column out, and the door plate off, and then that's pretty much it. That can go out the way for a minute, and then when we strip and have a jag, maybe, don't know, that can be the bin, but that can sit on the back of the lorry for now, ready to be used as a skip. My benelin has worn off, and now I'm pretty cool. Save money, buy good gloves, wear them tomorrow. Bye. Okie dokie dokie. Right, a little bit of an update. Today is Wednesday, I think. Is it? Must be. I wasn't here yesterday. Well, I was for a bit, but I didn't do anything on the bangers because I had to go and do some house-related mortgage stuff with Nick because I'm finally becoming an adult and sorting that out. Cold and flu has progressed from Monday to like a tier 12 because no matter what I do and what I'm taking, it doesn't seem to get any better. Sinuses are blocked up. You know, I always used to think I had a really good immune system until I had children, and then when they come back from nursery full of coughs and flus and viruses and other nasty things, what they do is the child will come up and cough in your face or in your mouth, and then you end up with it. So at the moment, with the repetitive circle of illness at the kiddies' nurseries, I think I'm poorly more times than I'm actually well. But there you go. I used to smoke years ago as well, and then everyone used to say, oh, give up smoking and you get much healthier. I just seem to have like illnesses and viruses and
Probably got pneumonic plague or scurvy or something, I don't know. But anyway, so yesterday, Squirrel was covering the workshop for work and managed to get a little bit done on the Astra, got the water tank out, corner plates off, some other bits and bobs. So all I've got to do now really is lift the floor plate out, lift the seat out, lift the cage out, and a massive boot full of spares, which I'll do in a minute. And then this one's nearly done and out the way, and we can strip the Mark 10, hopefully. I will also add that it is scientifically proven that man flu is worse than normal flu as well. Apparently, like, I'm just going by what it says on the internet, but apparently men get it much worse. And I'm sure to all the men, rather than the woe men watching the channel, I'm sure all the men will agree with me on that. Right, what am I doing? We need to put them spares out, won't I? Cold, bored, tired, ill, typhoid, scurvy, influenza, more illness, old, aching, can't be bothered, tired, poor, still old. Flu, coronavirus, can't breathe, sinus is blocked, nose is running faster than Usain Bolt. What else is left? Anything? I don't know. Hey! Oh, another steering arm. And then that's it. Oh, 12 volts of doom. Oh, come on. Battery. For another day. Steering arm. Right. What my plan is at the minute is obviously up, way back up there. If you remember a couple of episodes ago, I got all the Astra spares down from a box up the top. But there's a Jag in the corner that's up in the air with the hubs off, because the hubs are actually on the Mark 10. That's on axle stand, so I can't move it, so I can't actually get the forklift up to get the box down. So I'm just going to put everything on a pallet for a minute out of the way, which is fine. This is the new spares department. But I've obviously got the bits I've actually took off the car, which I'll chuck on there as well. And then when this is dead and gone and the Mark 10 goes on the ramp and I can move all that in the corner, I'll have a re-jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Put all the Astra stuff away, because I don't really plan on racing another one soonish-ish. Probably will race another one, just I don't really know when, to be honest. Ah, that was my foot. Right, let's try and buzz this floor plate out. Chances of them bolts spinning are about 412% recurring. 18, 19. Here we go. Are you going to come undone? Yes. 1, 2. Spinach. Okay. There's only one. There's no actual possible way of me reaching that. I'm doing that, is there? No. Okay. What about if I can kind of hold the spanner on there with my foot? Oh, I know what to do. Let's jack it up. Okay, right, if I can jack the bolt up, it might give it enough resistance that I can undo the nut. Maybe. If I get it in the right place. Come on. That's not going to work, is it? What about if I can, like, hastily hold the spanner and the jack together? Kind of ish. Put the spanner on. And then jack the spanner up to the floor to give it resistance. And then try. What about that then? Goodbye. Seat's definitely stuck in. Come on. Have I broke the seat? Don't know, but I have. I was going to keep that as well. Get rid of you. Goodbye. Does that come up? Yeah. One floor plate removed. Seat delete. Torque spark, wasn't it? Yeah. Small gun with Unos extension. And about a T40-ish, possibly. Let's try that. I can't remember. That also falls off of there, so that's gonna, great. Hello, what you got? It's not even a 40, is it? Yeah. One. I can't actually breathe. Two. That's going to come out of there like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. One. Lost both the washers. It's pretty cool. Lost another washer. Still pretty cool. And you. And you. And you. Come on. Yes. 8 out of 8. No spanner required. Where's the hitting stick? Punch them down through the floor, and then it should kind of come out-ish. Maybe. Where did I put the hammer? Oh, yeah. Do. Goodbye. 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 Didn't need a good thread anyway. Goodbye. 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 Why is that not sliding away? Now, with it being that stiff, what I should have done is actually hammered it out to make it lighter to lift out, but I thought about that like 2 bangs away from the bottom. So that's fine. We just pretend that it's not in there and then it'll be lighter, won't it? You can go. Goodbye. Okay, come my way. That's heavy. Who left the handbrake in? And welded a big foot on the cage. My nose just unblocked. I can breathe. Okay, here we go. Woo! Super fun times. So, this type of roll cage was really popular about 10, 12, maybe a little bit less years ago, especially at Arena Essex when it was still open. It's Wellington Motorsport cage. That was the company that made them, and they sort of mass produced them. Everyone had a Wellington Motorsport cage at one point or another. Really popular. They sort of fitted in everything. At the time, this was quite a heavy duty roll cage with the sliding sides, which was quite a thing. Obviously the top sliding out. So yeah, they're a little bit old now compared to normal standards of the roll cage that we'd have in the Jags and all that sort of thing. They're like twice the size, and they've got really big slidey out bits on the side for the impacts and everything else. And much bigger feet normally. But yeah, back then, this was like the average heavy duty, if you like, H-frame roll cage, call it what you like, that everyone had. But it's more than capable enough for the job for the 1600 bangers, or I use it in the pre-70 stuff, like when I race the P4s and stuff like that. It adjusts so it fits in pretty much anything and is good enough for the job. But yeah, that's the spare, or the 1600 cage, so that one can go back upstairs out the way as well. Right, okie dokie, that is our Astra stripped out. Engine and box obviously we'll use again. Shafts and front suspension we'll use again, because we didn't actually bend anything, I don't think. Inside, I take the throttle pedal back out because it's on a cable rather than a fly-by-wire, and the steering column. Obviously we took the floor plate out just now, which you've seen, and the cage. The back's not too bad really, it's popped it over there. Door's still open. The only thing we haven't took off yet, I should say, is the back axle. Normally I would keep. I've got a spare over there, which you saw me carrying earlier off the bonnet. But this one's got a crack. They've got like a cast iron outrigger bit on the axle, and it's got a big crack for it where this has been hit. So that can stay in. That wheel's obviously knackered, but that's scrap alley wheel, so I'll keep that, and that'll go again. So I'll back the lorry in tomorrow, put that on the back of the lorry to use as a bin, take that good wheel off, take that one off for the scrap, and that's another job done.
Come up. Right, well, down again.
Need to get on that top bit really, above the headlight.
I'm just trying to get the bottom out to lift the top up. Fingers. Come in. Go on. Go on. Well, hold on. I want to go inside a bit on that.
Bending it or tearing it?
Bending it. Whoa.
That's alright.
Inner wings disappeared.
Yeah, that's not right.
We need
back.
to pull that back out.
Here we go. It needs to come back out and then. Right, what me and Squirrel are attempting to do, we've got a slight attachment issue to the Mark 10. We just put it on the ramp, start stripping it out, and Squirrel's just deleted the inner wing.
Fell off.
But we're just going to see if it's keepable, savable. Don't know.
Itch foot.
We had to pull it to get the bonnet off anyway. So we just kind of sit at the front. It looks all right, but there's nothing connected. And obviously the back's really bad.
That
so
one's go down the other way. Hold on.
we just don't know. Might see what it pulls out like and just put it in the corner for a rainy day. Right, Thursday night. I feel a little bit better. A little smidgeroony better, to be fair. Although it's really cold in here. Let me get my coffee, hang on. Thanks to Zoe from 5K Designs for the Mark 10 cup, which she gave me. Actually, this is the Mark 2. She gave me the Mark 1 at World Final, and then I made a coffee in it when I come back, had it on the desk in the office, and Joey the Wonder Dog walked past with his tail and knocked it off, and that smashed after one brew. So she gifted me another one. Thank you very much. Oh, before I forget, had some goodies turn up in the post. 2 white markers for marking your spares with, and number plates for your lorry or for wall art from Chris Snell. He also sent us this for the wall, for the plaques, thank you. Some number platage. Might chuck one in the lorry. I'll put them on the wall or something. Thank you. Didn't expect that. And the 2 markers. I guess that's from last week's video or the week before when I was trying to use a black marker pen to write on the black spares and couldn't see anything. Appreciate that. And a man whose name I didn't get because we were in a massive rush at Hensford gave me a set of screwdrivers. So thank you very much. Again, I'm not very good with the getting of the names, so I do apologise, but I will put them to good use and try not to use them as chisels. Thank you. Anyway, so Thursday night, we're back down the shed. You've just seen us earlier on quickly pulling one off outside, so to speak, with the Mark 10. So I had to pull the bonnet anyway to get it off, to start stripping it out. And then we looked at it and went, do you know what? We've put a lot of work in this to not really have a good shot in it, not really hit anything very, very hard. And it it peeled everything back, like all the inner wings and that had all ripped off and gone back because it's quite thin. But the chassis rail and everything was still sticking out. Like I said, it hasn't really hit anything yet. So we just sort of tweaked about with it a little bit, and that's kind of come back out. I know it looks really good now, but like nothing's attached. I've got to reattach everything. So I don't really want to justify stripping it out yet. The boot we've pulled out a bit. It's not great, but it's out, so it needs a bit of work. But I don't know. I either take it to Eastbourne for the Christmas cash-in meeting, I think on the 28th of December. But I also want to use up one of the X300s that's pretty bad shape and get rid of that. So I don't know. Either way, the Lindau is coming out just to save a bit of strain. It's going to be, even if I take it to Eastbourne, it's going to be wet, it's going to be greasy. Don't really need it down there for 20 attendance points. There's no points on any races and that. Just, don't know, rather save the strain on the engine, to be fair. And I've got another 2.3, like a standard one, that I want to build up for a shale engine for next year. But either way, this engine is coming out of this car. Whether this gets stripped or not, the engine can come out. So I better get on and do something, really, don't I guess. Snotty but wicked. I'm actually going to put these screwdrivers straight into circulation to take that hose off. Nice. Newness. Let's just fill the drawer straight up. Perfect. Look at the size of that one. She's got some length on her. You look cool. Let's use this one. Oh yeah, good gripper. Nice. Yeah, I'm just a bit sentimentally involved with the Mark 10. I think it was in the workshop 4 months building it in the background, and it's done 2 meetings. Obviously, World Final. Didn't really plan on it coming back from World Final. It was like, all right, let's put the effort in, let's make it look cool, and then smash it up. And with killing the clutch and whatever, it just never really happened. And then Champion of Champions wasn't really the right meeting for it, which we knew going there, but yeah, I don't know. Did it come with a stumpy screwdriver? You don't really get them anymore, do you? No, is the answer to that. Does that one fit? All kind of ish. Servo pipe deletage. The only problem is, what we did discover, if we don't get rid of it, the jag in the corner that I talked about earlier, that's in the way of getting upstairs, is probably what I'm going to take to Eastbourne. But I took the servo out of that to put in here. And I don't want to go and start unbolting the servo and that back out of this. I might have to try and find a servo in something else to put in that just to use it up. I also don't want to faff about too much. Oh no, I've just broke that. No, I didn't. I also don't want to faff about too much because soon Christmas will be here and we'll be away doing things for that. And then all of a sudden January's here and the lorry is due test in January. And we've got a mountain of stuff to do to that. So I don't want to make myself too busy and then I don't get that done because that's really important. Because with no lorry, we're not going racing. What else do we need? Direct and plug leads, maybe. Oh, fuel pump. Look at all the use these screwdrivers again. I better give Rob Brown and his fuel pump back as well before he has a go at me about that, which we borrowed at Hensford because the one we had in it packed up. I must go on eBay and order another one. That's done, that's off. Clutch cable's underneath. Water pipe's off. This water pipe we took off outside earlier to drain the water out. That can chill over there for a minute. Exhaust is underneath. Oh, strap for the gearbox and gear stickerage. That can come out. Let's go. Go now. Erect yourself. Elevate. Don't stop on me now. You're better than this. Come on. Keep going. Shit. It's not really the desired effect I was after, I'll be honest. Just let that side click in and then I can work under there. This is not, one side is not good enough. It's not going to do it. Okay. Okay, now if you work for the health and safety sort of sector, just don't worry about this for a minute. This is just going to bend, isn't it? We just got to give the old ramp a bit of a helping hand. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. Nope. Oh. But that side locked in first, so that's fine. We're safe. Sometimes I just surprise myself, you know. Okay. Right, I have to bend over. But that's fine. Exhaustator. Prop shaft hasn't shaken itself to bits yet, considering it's wonky. That's fine. Gearbox strappage. That's fine. Clutch cableage. And start motor. Hey, we're all good. We're all good. Let's do it. Now what I've forgotten about is that the centre bearing on this bolts up through the floor and I'm on my own. So I've got to try and see if it'll undo without putting a spanner on it. But I don't think it does. Oh, it did. One did anyway. Oh yeah, I've got skills. Okay. Well, this isn't sketchy at all. Okay. Aha. That's going to chuck all everywhere. So let me take that out before we start. Japanese gearbox is going to be a 12mm wet. Yes. Wonder if I can be really clever. And use un funel to put it back into a pot to recycle it and use it again. Yes. This is boring. Oh yeah. Finish my coffee now. Ooh, stone cold. Well, this is slow. Come on. We'll give it a minute. I'll turn you off. This is boring. You can come back in a minute. Right, that's it. I'm bored of your poor excuse for a trickle now. That's all you're getting. I will do it up though, because otherwise I will forget. Nice. Okay, right, underneath edge is done. That's the wrong space. That's definitely for you. You alright, Joey? Cushy. Awkward engine mounts, I'll go. Oh yeah, because it's right underneath the water pipe, isn't it? I think it was like dual spanner. That's a pain in the bum. But okay. It's loose anyway, so that's good. So's that one. Perfect. Didn't check them then, did I? Can't actually get to it. How did I do this last time? Probably got Squirrel to do it, so I didn't have to. Great. Oh yeah, that's tight. It's a nice angle. Sorry about this. I do apologise. That's nice. The old forklift's running a bit rough. Oh, still chucking gearbox all everywhere, man. But she's out. Just goes to show it's not worth draining the gearbox all out because it leaks anyway. The forklift don't sound great, if I'm honest. Got oil everywhere. That's nice. But she's out. Don't worry about that. Okay. Right, after we got the engine out of the Mark 10, the battery on the camera was dying. So I've put that on charge and just had a bit of a tidy up and a sort out. The Vauxhall mess has gone on the rack and we've just got the wheels and tyres to do. And I've dug this 2.3 out, which is one I mentioned, to start looking at building up and doing to either put in the Mark 10 or put in the Jag on the end to use at Eastbourne at the end of the year. Obviously this is what the 2.3s look like when they come off the road rather than a banger engine. This one particularly was a Galaxy, hence the drive shaft sticking out the front, because obviously in the Galaxy they were front wheel drives, the engine sat the other way around. And if you didn't already know about the engine dramas that we've had all year, World Final last year in the pink Jag, I did a head gasket on my Loman. I've always used a Loman for the last 3 or 4 years or so. So that did a head gasket, that got sent back. In the meantime, one of my sponsors, George Tickner from Cortec Metal Recycling, rang me up and said, Pete, I've got a 2.3 here in bits. There was a head and a block and a sump and whatever. He said, I've got it done ages ago and I haven't got around to it, but you can buy it if you want it. So I bought it, took a gamble on it, put it together, didn't have time to roll and road it. So we just chucked it in with an ECU, and I think it did 4 meetings before it blew itself to pieces. I think that was like episode 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that. And that went wrong quite catastrophically. We did manage to keep some bits off of it, cams and whatever else, which will probably end up going in this one, just to sort of soup it up a little bit. So once that went bang, I only had that, and we had the 2 litre sat on the floor, which is a dead standard 2 litres, nothing had been done to it. So I've used that all year on the shale, Mildenhalls, Northamptons. I think I even had it at the start of the year in the heavy old Rolls Royce at Icebreaker. So we had that. And then, yeah, when that one detonated, I rung up Lindau and said, how fast can you do an engine? And he said, I could do it in 3 weeks. So I said, okay, cool, I'll have it. And thank you very much to my dad for helping out with that. When I finished racing mini stocks at 16 years old, and my dad was paying for everything, he went, that's it, you're an adult now, if you want to race, you do it on your own. It's the first thing Dad's helped me buy since I was 16, so thank you very much, Dad, for that. If it wasn't for him helping me with that, I probably wouldn't have scored the little bit of points I did manage to get in World Final, so thank you ever so much. But yeah, so we got the Lindau, used it 1 meeting at Eastbourne, and one of the screws came out the flap in the carburettor and went down, bent all the valves and done loads of damage. So whilst that was being sent back to Lindau, the Loman came back, which we quickly got rolling roaded up the roads and took to Yarmouth, and that did 8 laps and threw a rod out the side of the engine. So at that point we had no Lindau, no Loman, I only had the 2 litre. I think the next meeting was a shale meeting, so we had the 2 litre in. And then when I used that, I crashed in it, and the gearbox and the engine it's got an adapter plate on the Mazda box, and it sort of stretched it and stretched the crank, done the rear main seal, so that was bellowing oil out. It's also broke all the lugs off for the gearbox on the side of the block, and it got really hot and we haven't tried it since. So that is a very big unknown, but it's also kind of half knackered as well. Then the Lindau came back from being repaired, and then that saw us out the last sort of 3 or 4 meetings, and then World Final getting the Mark 10. So that's where we are. The Loman has now come back from that rebuild as well. but that hasn't been tried. We can't use it yet because that really does need to go to the rolling road to make sure everything's okay and level and happy before we put that in a car. So that'll probably be a fresh Jag, really, because I can't rolling road these dogs. So yeah, hence the lineup of engines. But as you can see with this, compared to this, for example, the front plate, the sump, the oil pickup, it's got an upgraded oil pump in it, and the oil chain and a few other bits are completely different to what it looks like as a road car. So the plan is we strip all the gubbins off of this that we don't need. I'll then get that one up, take the sump, front plate and all the stuff off of that we do need, put onto that, take the top of the head off as well, and put the cams in it out of the compression Buster 6000 that blew up at the start of Allstar Garage at the start of the year, and put it back together, and we should have a 2.3. It's a bit cammed up, that's not overly supersonic, that will do a slippery meeting or do a shell meeting and just take some of the strain off of the built engines so we're not burning through them as quick. Theoretically, winter project. Anyway, it's like 11 o'clock at night, I'm tired and I'm going home to bed. Goodbye. We do like a Wayne speed engine, don't we?
Cheap, no.
How much is a Wayne speed engine?
Not a lot at all, mate, dude.
It is like ages past lunchtime as well, and I'm a bit flaky. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Well, what?
you know what would be nice?
What?
One of them nice sandwich toasters
Oh, what, here?
here. So,
Oh, like the Breville. Or is it the Breville?
yeah, so when we're working, we can just put a bit of cheese and ham in a bit of bread, do a nice hot toasted sandwich. That's
that
what
would
we
be
need
nice.
to invest in.
Can I
Pete.
turn this engine over?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we've got the air fryer that we haven't used, that came from my house about a year ago. It was actually, because I got a Ninja for Christmas.
But what we got the fridge, but we could just get a loaf of bread, some sliced cheese and ham, and we could just keep it in the fridge and daily just do it as a nice
That wouldn't be a bad job, actually.
cheese and ham toasted sandwich with a packet of me Marmite crisps. How nice would that be?
Not bad. I think we should invest in that.
Yes.
I think we need to get one. We can put the air fryer that's been sat on the shelf for ages in the kitchen bit. So we could have the kettle, the air fryer, and a sandwich toaster. Because then
Yes.
maybe what you could do, you could get some sausages, right? Cook them in the air fryer, slice them in half, and then put them in the sandwich. You have a cheese and sausage sandwich, and then toast it.
There's many things we could do, Pete, with it.
Well, there we go. We need a sandwich toaster now. That'd be an upgrade, wouldn't it?
That would be a nice upgrade.
Talking of upgrades, any news on your house, or are you still living in the caravan?
Still in the caravan at the minute, and I have actually bought a house, well, agreed to a house. There's a few little issues with it at the minute.
There's issues with my gun as well at the minute. Issues with your house? I think I need a new gun.
Oh,
It is about 5 years old, to be fair.
is the battery dead or not?
No, it's brand new, it's come off charge. I think it's the old brushes.
Oh,
Oh, that is a big O, actually.
that ain't good.
The batteries are crap. because it's cold, isn't it? The 4 up there just don't even work anymore. Neither does that. Well, how am I going to get that off now without that?
What's that, mate? Flywheel.
Flywheel. Let me try
Do you want to try the lid then?
I don't think you'll have the guts.
Oh, you've killed it.
Not even the battery. I've got a plan.
A little pick
Yeah, in the screwdriver drawer.
in here.
Yeah, it should be somewhere. Electrical cleaner's flammable, right?
Yeah, we don't go and burn it out, mate.
Don't they normally spark in there?
Yes.
No, we got nothing. She's Bananarama. Oh no, that makes me very sad.
I wonder if you can get them rebrushed.
I wonder if it's too late to get one from the Christmas list from Nick. It must only be brushes, sure.
Screw actually wants a switch mechanism for one of them.
Well, I might have one.
So if you can sell him one for 50 quid, sell him that, so he fixes his.
Sell him the switch out one for 50 quid.
Well, buy his one off him for 50 quid, because yours is knackered and his is knackered. He either needs your one or you need his one. So 50 quid is cheap. And he put the 50 quid towards your new one. Because he ain't going to buy a new one, is he?
No.
So there you go.
That still ain't going to get my flywheel off though, is it, Gary?
Try the lid then, Gary.
No job is too big for the 3/8 gun. That is probably, to be fair, my most favourite tool in my workshop.
Good. I'll tell you what else is good as well. Them 3/8 ratchets.
Yeah, I want to get one of them.
They're good, they
For
are.
getting up in little, like when we was doing the pedals on the
You can
P4.
just get down in there and just pull that trigger, mate, and it's just makes
Off she
life so
goes.
much easier.
And then you can use it as a ratchet.
When I
It's too
bought
tight.
that one there off little Mark, Robin, what you bought that for? We don't need one of them. Well, you don't stop using it.
Oh, have you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
You.
I've got to take that off, haven't I, Gary?
What's that, Gary?
This little...
No, you ain't.
Have I not?
What are you taking that out for?
I don't know.
Well, don't try to make it.
I think it's because I'm hungry.
Right.
Not thinking straight.
13 on these. Pull these cams
We're
out.
taking them out, yeah?
Taking them out. There's a 13 on here, mate.
That's good, because it ain't in my thing.
Is that, hang on, is that 13?
What is that? That's a 13, but she's... Oh, she's bottoming out.
That goes on there, though. Can you just take a photo of the top of that, please?
Top of what, mate?
Just the top of it, so we know this.
Well, where she is.
Just take a picture down on that.
Is that the scientific way of doing it, is it? Yeah.
Right, let them cams out a minute, mate.
Yeah. He's a scrapper, eh?
Yep.
Goodbye. Could turn that into some wall art, couldn't we? Do like a man with cam legs. That says L5 on it, mate, but there's only 4 cylinders. No? No good?
Well, no, not really.
What's the matter, mate? You seem a little bit... You seem a little bit...
Get a little bit peckish, Peter.
You want that sandwich toaster, didn't you?
Got that sandwich toaster.
Oh.
You know, it would be a nice little addition, wouldn't it? I could just walk to the fridge. Oh, I'm a bit peckish.
You get Tina to pack you up some ham and cheese in a Tupperware.
Well, I get a bit of a deal down there, don't I? Because I get a discount.
Oh yeah.
So I can get discount on the cheese, ham, and the
So
bread.
Tina's still going, still a thing then, is it?
Tina's...
Because you've just dropped in there, you still go down there and get your discount. So that's still a thing, isn't it?
She did want me to go over and fit a light for her.
Fit what?
A light in her flat, and I did say to her, I don't think I'm your man for the old electrician job, but
No.
I'll have a go for you.
Did you do it?
No, she's got someone else to do it. Yeah, but, you know what I mean, that electric speaks, but...
Have you drunk my coffee? Oh, I see you. Yeah, I'm not great at electrics, to be fair. I mean, admittedly, I do take out 13 amp fuses and put Torx bits in there instead, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fit a light. I don't mind a bit of plumbing. I'll put a bath in, but I wouldn't want to...
Ceiling light as well, you know what I mean? So you've got to fit it and wire it up.
And you're up a step ladder, and you're playing with things that bite.
You can't see the bite.
No.
As well as the dog. You can see a dog and you can hear him barking at you. But that bugger just bites you.
You know Squirrel's advice with a dog, didn't you? He always says, if you don't put your finger in either end of a dog, you'll be all right. Maybe that's why Nipper bites him. Don't know.
Do you think he's been in my dog? Lay that one in there, Lee.
It's nice of you to cam round and see me,
Can
mate.
you just wipe them out with a little bit of rag, Pete?
Yeah.
Well, if you've got any brake cleaner, just spray a bit of brake cleaner in
I
there.
do, actually.
Because it'll only go
stock.
down in the sump. Which
We're
will
taking off
change it.
anyway. Might as well do the job properly, don't we? Oh, yeah. Have some of that then.
That's it.
Quite a scientific process here at Wayne Speed Race Engines, isn't there, mate?
Well, I don't think people really realise my capabilities.
I think,
I'm underrated.
and
And I'll tell you
underpaid.
what else as well. I'm unappreciated.
Not from me, mate.
I'm unappreciated, mate.
From what? From who?
Well, from people I help.
I just told you I appreciate you, and I made you a coffee, and that's a big thing for me.
That is a big thing. I was actually shocked.
Well, I'll tell you what we didn't do this morning. See?
So you're trying to make amends now.
Yeah, I'll call you some rude names once the cam's in. There's a lot of thick stuff in here. Look at that for a garment. It's like we're off to play golf. Lower in there.
Right, hang on a minute. This what's... Where's the... Oh, bloody glasses on. It might be all right.
Wait till you see these. Check these old things. Where'd you get your glasses from, Wayne?
Found them.
Scrap car?
Yeah.
Can you just give us a side profile? Can you look at the whiteboard for a minute? Let him go past his ears.
Right, come and have a look and see if you think that is straight down. See that dot? Or does it want to go around to the right a little bit?
Straight down as into where? To here?
Just straight down here.
Well, I want it to go round a smidger.
Well, it's got to be it there. Right, can you just turn that?
Ready, Gary?
Hang on, Gary.
You get a better bar than that, that's crap.
A bit more.
It's not quite in the middle, but I think it'd be half a link out if it wasn't. Just go down like that.
Yeah, it can go around a little bit more this side.
That's more central down here. That's dead in the middle now.
Yeah. Trouble is, you will be one way or the other.
Yeah, you've got half a link, haven't you?
But that, do you know what that is? The stretch of the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like to me though.
Right, there you go. That rounds up this week's video. We're about an hour long-ish, just over, so we're going to knock it on the head there. And that draws a close on part 1 of our engine build. What we'll do next week is carry on where we left off with that and take all the bits off of this 2 litre sump, pickup pipe, front plate and all that sort of thing, and put it underneath the 2.3 that you've just seen us doing on the bench. Hopefully we can then look at trying to get that done and back together and in the Jag for Eastbourne at the end of the year, or end of the month I should say now. And that'll be the next steps for us. Obviously, as normal, if you've enjoyed the content and you've made it this far with me coughing and sneezing and wheezing and everything through the video, I appreciate that. And if you want to help out in any way with the channel, you can do so by visiting allstargaragemerch.co.uk, and that's where you can find these body warmers, the jackets, the hoodies, cups, t-shirts, all that sort of thing that's got Allstar Garage plastered all over it, and you can look cool when you're having your Christmas drinks down the pub at the end of the month. And obviously anyone that helps out with the super thanks button underneath the video, we really appreciate that as well. All of the profits that we make from all of that stuff, the merch and everything, goes straight back into the pot to help bring you the content for the channel, i.e. tripods, cameras, microphones, bits and bobs like that. And we are possibly looking at doing some new things in the new year, in the direction of podcasts and that sort of thing. If you're in the racing world over the last week or two, you would have heard the news about Paul Butler from Kings Lynn, Trackstar Racing, who sadly passed away. So our thoughts are with his friends and family. And Paul, you were a very, very, very nice man who made us feel very welcome whenever we came to Kings Lynn. So this video is dedicated to you.